like to introduce ourselves first. Good afternoon once again. My name is Marian Grace Rivera.
My name is Aurora Mary Cris Rombines.
My name is Sharon Stroud.
And we are the reporters for today's topic. So the first topic that I'm going to tackle is European literature. So European literature, also known as Western literature, is the literature written in the context of Western culture. In the languages of Europe, it is shaped by the periods in which they were conceived, with each period containing prominent Western authors, poets, and pieces of literature. So, ang European literature, siya ang part ng Western literature na aral lang siya sa Western culture. Ang ilang language na ginagamit is all about Europe. Iyan lang kay Europe. A good example sa Nealeo, ang Romeo and Juliet by William Shakespeare. So, ang reason na matawag mo siya one of the example of European literature, kaya di ba ilang ginagamit na language is ang iyan lang pang Europe. Like for example, ang Yamal ni Juliet nga, where art thou for Romeo? So, that is an example of European literature. So now let us proceed. Let us proceed to ancient literature. So, what is ancient literature? Ancient literature comprises religious and scientific documents, tales, poetry, and plays, royal edicts, and declarations and other forms of writing that were recorded on a variety of media, including stone, clay, tablets, papyri, palm leaves, and metal. Before the spread of writing, oral literature did not always survive well, but some texts and fragments have persisted. One could conclude that an unknown number of written works have likely not survived the ravages of time and are therefore lost. So, ang ancient literature ko niya, muna siya ang focuses lang siya sa mga religious and scientific documents. But before, wala sila gagamit sa papel, like bond paper, ball pen, kundi ginasulat nila sa stone, clay tablets, papyri, palm leaves, and metal. Here is an example. First sa example 1, palm leaves. As what can you see at the screen, gisulat nila sa palm leaves. Sa example number 2, metal. Gisulat, kaya wala sa muna sa papel, wala sila gagamit sa ng papel, amo nila ginapagamit. Example 2 is metal, and example 3 is clay tablets. Now, let us proceed to medieval literature. So, medieval literature is a broad subject encompassing essential all written works available in Europe and beyond during the Middle Ages, or that is the 1,000 years from the fall of the Western Roman Empire, at 500 to the beginning of the Renaissance in the 17th, 15th, 14th, 16th century, depending on country. The literature of this time was composed of religious writings as well as secular works, just as in modern literature. It is a complex and rich field of study from the utterly sacred to the exuberantly profane, touching all points in between. Works of literature are often grouped by place of origin, language, and genre. So, ang medieval period obviously had from its title medieval. Mga long period of time pa siya, like mga decades or centuries ago pa bala. Like for example, ang Middle Ages, that is one of the 1,000 years of the fall of the Western Roman Empire. Na-include niya pati gani ang 14th, 15th, or 16th century. So, though same naman po sila sa may Renaissance period. I have an example here of medieval literature. See, it is obvious na ang medieval literature na din. Example na siya sa medieval literature. First one is the medieval Greek Digenes Acritas. And the example 2 is the Old English Beowulf. So obviously, sa iya pa lang nga features, mahalata mo na gid siya nga long time ago pa siya or decades pa or century. So next, let us proceed to our Mercury's Rombines for the Renaissance topic. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. The topic that I will discuss today is about Renaissance. Renaissance is a period of history and European culture movement covering 15th and 16th centuries. It marked the transition of the Middle Age to modernity and was characterized by an effort to revive and surpass the ideas and achievements of classical antiquity, associated with a great social change in most fields of disciplines, including art, architecture, politics, literature, exploration, and science. The Renaissance was the first centered in the Republic of the Florence, then spread to the rest of Italy and later throughout Europe. The term Rinascita rebirth we first appeared in the Lives of the Artists, 1550, by Giorgio Vasari, while corresponding French word Renaissance was adopted into English as a term for this period during 80s, 30s. So, Renaissance is na culture din siya sa European culture. It is a European culture. Nag-cover siya sa 15th and 16th century. Ang artist nga doon life of the artist si Giorgio Vasari. Ang Rinascita or Renaissance, ang means niya is rebirth. Here's an example of Renaissance. Mona Lisa, The Birth of Venus, and The Last Supper. Ano na siyang example? Next. Enlightenment. Enlightenment is a European intellectual movement of the 17th to 18th century in which ideas concerning God, reason, nature, and humanity were synthesized in the worldview that reigned wide ascent in the West and was indicated revolutionary development in art, philosophy, and politics. Central enlightenment true were the use of celebration of reason, the power by which humans understand the universe and improve their own condition. The goal of rational humanity were considered to be knowledge, freedom, and happiness. So guys, ang enlightenment daw may similar naman sila sa Renaissance. Ari naman niya is 17th to 18th century na siya nag-start. Here are the example of enlightenment. The English Revolution and the American Revolution. The English Revolution, nandun na siya sa 1988. 1988, ang American Revolution is 1775 to 83. And let's proceed to Charlotte Strauss for another topic.
Good day, everyone. The topic that I'm going to discuss is all about Romanticism and Realism. First, let's talk about Romanticism. When we say Romanticism, what does Romanticism for your own understanding? Romanticism is focused on the emotional and extraordinary, often using high contrast and intense emotion to convey its subjects. Romantic artists were inspired by the exotic and heroic, such as religious visions, imperial grandeur, and animal world. Romantic paintings often depicted beautiful landscapes, the lush of spring, and the victory of a hero. So we have here the parts of Romanticism, which is we have here individualism, imagination, nature, rejection of classicism, and creative expression. First, we have here the individualism. Individualism is a rejection of social conventions of favor of a moral outlook that emphasize the individual, the subjective, and the personal. Next, we have here imagination, a belief in the power of imagination to transform society and the world. Next, we have here the nature. The nature is an appreciation of nature and a belief that was deeply connected to the human spirit. Fourth, we have here the rejection of classicism. The rejection of classicism is a rejection of the order, calm, and rationality of classicism and neoclassicism. The last part, we have here creative expression. Creative expression is a focus to the artist as an individual creator whose creative spirit was more important than formal rules. Next, we have here, let's proceed to realism. What is realism? Realism focused on the ordinary and tangible, seeking truth in reality. Realist art Realist artists depicted everyday subjects in a detailed and sometimes gritty manner. Realist paintings showed ordinary people and what they did every day. Realism in European literature is characterized by realistic characters, social issues, contemporary setting, moral ambiguity, social or political commentary, detachment and objectivity, lucid criticism. So first, let's go to realistic characters. What is realistic characters? Realistic characters is everyday people and their struggles are depicted in detail. Then next we have here social issues, which is a focus on social issues, the lives of the working class and the middle class. Next we have here contemporary setting. Contemporary setting stories are set in a time they are written. Next we have here the moral ambiguity, an element of moral dilemma or ambiguity. Next, we have here social or political commentary often makes a social or political comment. Next, we have detachment and objectivity. It is an emphasis on detachment, objectivity, and accurate observation. Next, we have here lucid criticism, which means a lucid but restrained criticism of social environment. And let's proceed. Realism in European literature became popular in the mid-19th century and remained popular until the early to mid-20th century. It was a reaction to the rise of the bourgeois in Europe and the Romantic era. Some examples of realist writers include Charles Dickens, Anthony Trollope, George Eliot from England. And we have here Ivan Turgenev, Leo Tolstoy, Fyodor Dostoevsky from Russia. And we have William Dean Howells from United States, Gottfried Keller and the early Thomas Mann from Germany. And we have here Luigi Capuana, Giovanni Verga, Federico Di Roberto, Matilde Serao, Salvatore di Giacomo, Gracia Deledda, and they are from Italy. The last, that was from Spain, we have here Juan Valera, Jose Maria de Pereda, and Benito Perez Galvez. That's all. Thank you.